Work, 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 work. Hello friends, Colonel Failure here, and I'm on my bicycle because today we're going to get rid of all these bales. Amongst other jobs, going to make some more money to... hang on, wait. You'll see a recent acquisition here, the old forky fork. Jolly useful piece of kit, far easier to manoeuvre than the tractor with the forkies on the front. It's ideal for just, slapping things into a place where you want them. And that's why I've got it. I mean, it doesn't mean I'm any good with it. No, far from it, in fact. But there's plenty going on. The field is all ploughed up and it's ready to receive goods, but it's not planting season. So we need to get through to planting season before I can really do anything with it. So I thought, well, why not video an episode of just doing the occasional job here and there and propelling our progress in a forward-based direction. First, of course, just gotta stick this on top of that other bunch because it's so much quicker to try and carefully line it up. Yeah, near enough. Rather than just stick one at a time over in the furniture factory. The furniture factory's going great guns. I mean, maybe that's an exaggeration. It's going quite slowly, but it is getting it done in its own inimitable fashion. But it's just a bit short on the old long planks at the moment, so we'll slap them in. Yeah, slapped. Good, right, and then we'll go and sell some of the output, because November, surprisingly enough, is a great month to be selling furniture. It's at its peak of sales. Well, it's not. I mean, December is the peak for tables, but I haven't actually got a huge amount else to do here in November. So, yeah, bang them around a bit and then go get a table. Obviously, it's the first set of tables that I've sold. So, yeah, you've got that totally wrong. No, it's a double pallet effort, whatchamacallit here. So you've got now you see, the thing is, one could argue that were one to drive said forky truck in a first-person perspective, you might have a slightly better time of it lining the forks up. But you can't move your head. If you were actually sat in there in real person, you could lean forward to make sure your forky forks are at the right height. So there is no real advantage, no real benefit to playing in first person. So I'll wiggle the camera around in third person. Anyway, here's the bales. They're not going to be around for much longer, and we'll just slide up. No, you didn't think that through. No, hang on, and. Yeah, okay, that got snagged on a bicycle. Yeah, perhaps I shouldn't have left it there. That's okay. We'll just whizzle this around a bit, and it'll be, yes, it's going well. Yeah, no, it's okay. We'll get this. It's fine. It's fine. I'm a professional, ladies. Don't worry. Step back. It's going to be. No, can't move the bale out of the way. Oh, flaming heck! Just get in there, put the forks on the top of it, and roll it. There you go. That's flipping bicycles in the way again. The bicycle was such a great feature of the opening episode, rarely used since, apart from introductory fashion, and now it's just serving as an extra hazard. That's it. Lift the tables up nice and high, get over the top of any potential other hazards, and off we trundle. Now, I've invested some money in building the old Silver Run Market down here, because this is the only place that buys tables and chairs and planks and long planks. So quite a lot of the things that I'm manufacturing, the only place you can flog them is on a building that doesn't exist on this map. That's fine, that's okay. I would have sooner had this building a million miles away over the far end of the map, so that each transportation would be a bit of an adventure. How much do we get there? 4.5 grand? Not bad, it's not bad. A full year's worth of table generation, and that would end up rather well. Here comes some chairs, look. Ooh, lovely. I wonder if they're going to go for anything like the same amount of money. Well, I don't know. No, as I was saying, I'd rather this was over the far side of the map, because that way there's the opportunity for a bit of adventure in between drop-offs and what have you. Good. Okay. Well, only £2.5 for, well, best part of £3 for chairs, but they are made slightly quicker, so I'll get over it. I've got over it. Right, on to the next task. Next task will roll out your friend and mine, the Massey Ferguson. And no, you don't want the trailer. No, you want Dr. Shovel to do the next job. We're going to load the wood chips into the trailer because, I mean, yeah, I know wood chips. They're not going to go for much, but I'm generating them, and I'd far sooner, rather than just auto flogging them, of keeping them kicking around so that I can do stuff with them. Because the challenge, friends, is to ensure that your farm has got something to do every month. Now, some months are obviously going to be busier than others, but you want to make sure that you can kind of go like, no, I'm not just going to accelerate through the whole of August because it's all taking care of itself. No, you want to make sure that every month you've got some activity going on, and therefore shoveling up some wood chips as a job is a bit of a good one. We're not actually going to sell the wood chips this time around because I haven't quite got enough chippy of the wood to warrant a full trailer's mission, and given that it's only going to give me a couple £100, I'll just slap it in the trailer and unload it later. But I thought you might appreciate some high expertise shovel based action. Actually getting it into the trailer is the easy bit. Actually getting the shovel at the right height to gather up the last few bits of wood chippery that are lying on the floor, that's where you start to lose your will to live. No, that's the point at which you want to chuck it all in and go, oh, why am I even bothering with this? And you kind of go, well, it's something to do. Yeah, I mean, look, the whole tipping out. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, okay, all right, yeah, I'll grant you that. Okay, move on. What's next on the agenda? Next on the agenda is loading up the bales. Woohoo! So I bought myself an auto-loading bale gizmo, and this will make the job pretty. Hold on, this is the wrong type of bale loading gizmo. So I bought myself an auto bale loading gizmo, and here we are now, auto bale loading. Now, part of the appeal of this is it gets back to the heady times of just belligerently doing a bit of farm work. Of late, I have become far too proficient. I've become tidy about things, and once in a while, you just want to drive it like you hate it and slap it around a bit and drive over stuff. And with each load of this that I pick up, it's going to get easier. So that just monster your way through, man. Go on, just smack them around. Obviously, this particular bale stacking technique that I've used here is absolutely ideal if all you really want to do is get snagged on bales all the time while you're trying to load them up. Yeah. Now, I mean, this is a tried and tested format that I've got going on here. I've used this particular bale load. I don't know why I bought the wrong one, but I thought it was the right one, I'll be honest. And then I saw the right one and I went, oh no, that's the right one. Yeah, yes, I know, it's a fun story, one that I'll probably tell my grandkids. So I've done this so much because everybody does their time making silage bales and going, well, that's the easiest money you're ever going to come across. Crikey, grass regrows so fast, you can have a bajillion flipping bales kicking around in no time flat. Here's the bajillion bales in question kicking around in no time flat. And while there may be mowing in the future once I get my sheep pen up and running, oh yeah, totally want the sheep pen, because I'm not just about the cotton, although I'm not even about the cotton at the moment. We're waiting for the right month to plant the stuff. No, I'm going to get wool in there as well, such that I can generate a whole lot of fabric to make a whole lot of clothes, because I'm reliably informed that clothes make a lot of cash, and they better. Yeah, not to mention the fact I can also flog the leftover cotton, and that's worth a pretty penny as well. Anyway, speaking of a pretty penny, here's a truckload of bales about to be deposited where they rightfully belong, into there should be a hole in the ground or something, but we've done well that was what, 50 grand? Maybe 40, 50 grand there? I'll take it. Well, you will, and more than that, you'll take it again, because that's not the only load we've got. We've got multiple loads here. And obviously this is building up the bank balance really rather nicely. And one of the things that's occurred to me is, do you reckon that cotton field's big enough? I mean, yeah, it took me a while to plough the thing in, and that was a bit of a disappointment. But at the same time, if you're going to... the cotton harvesters are £500,000, and you go, even renting one's going to cost you an arm and a flipping leg and probably an ear. And therefore, would it not behoove one to really double down, nay, triple down on the gathering of cotton? Well, that's what I'm going to spend the money on. I'm going to try and buy another field nearby that will allow me to, cotton it to the max. But here's our second load arriving now. Anyway, I'm going to try and sell this lot at the Silver Run, because apparently they take bales. We'll just drop them off in there, where obviously you don't drop them off in there. No, you drop them off on that second bit. Oh, that's okay. I'll with subsequent loads, I'll just nudge them. I'll give them a little nudgy, and they'll all turn up in the right place. It'll be fine. Right, okay. I think, what are we looking at here? We're probably one and a bit more loads of the shrink wrapped numbers, and then we've got a couple of those big fat green boys to go and stick in the sale hopper, and that will be some more money. It's all more money, and that's the aim of the series, isn't it? Is make as much money as you can. I think I've set a lofty goal insofar as what's coming up in the series. Well, you've got a properly exciting episode involving the cotton. Yes, it's well exciting. That's going to be great. There's a bicycle in the way there, and then after that we're going to progress towards, let's try and buy the whole map, all of it. Now that's not going to happen by the time we reach episode 10. There's spoilers. You're not going to get the whole thing, but the series is going to continue, and I've come up with a notion, nay scheme, as to how that's going to work. The game is divided into months, and I thought, well, it's something I like playing on a casual basis from time to time. So what if one were to bring out January's episode in January, February's episode in February, and then you could set your watch. But anyway, look, we've got a drop off going on here. That's just a bit of forward planning, because you've seen bales being done now. Obviously, you've got a moment of hilarity while that doesn't work. Good. But look, here comes another solid payday right about here. The interesting thing, well, okay, it's only partially interesting, is that the sale price of bales, it differs from venue to venue. So it is well worth your time checking the various buy prices that different places have got going on before you go and sell, because you're selling one bale, there's not much in it. If it's 50 quid more in one place than another, you're just going to go whereas if you're doing a whole bunch of bales and it's 50 quid more in one place than another, you go anyway, let's get these large lozenges on here and go take them to where they rightfully belong. Yep, in we go. Yep. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, you're going, how are you going to deal with those last ones you've got left going on there? I go, well, wait for it. Obviously, I've edited this already, so I know what's coming up. And I think you'll be rather pleased at the solution that is discovered. Although the level of pleased that you're going to be is based on how proficient it is. Those of you who like things to be less proficient, you're probably done here. This is it now. This is the end of the video. We're at the end of the video. Yeah, we're coming up on it. It's any time soon. See, look, there's the last three of those. Flipping bicycle, just run it over. Yeah, it would be nice if I could attach it to the back of the Taj Fun and just whip it around on the end of a string. See, and then we'll go through the fence. Yeah, turn it around so I've got me grabby hook on the other side. Yeah, I know, clever. clever. Well, I'm not particularly clever. The 5-year-old could have worked this out. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for today's adventure. Well, that's it. If you like bales, we're done. We're done on bales, unless I decide to plant, some good that does bales. I haven't decided yet, but if I'm taking over the whole map, then that's something I should possibly consider. Sunflowers. I always fancied doing sunflowers, but why? Why do sunflowers? I don't know. What are they for? They make the place look quite happy. You can turn them into a vegetable oil substitute. Why not subscribe? There's a mere 2 episodes still to go in this series, and you're possibly going to want to watch them. I've been Colonel Failure. Catch you in the next one. Maybe. Cheerio.